I'm happy to be here with you guys. Hello, hello, hello. Also on YouTube, my name is Vimbai Chiwuswa. I'm the life coach here. Today we are looking at our episode 8 of Life Coach Vimbai Chiwuswa. Yeah, I'm counting 1, 2, 3. Oh, 8. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, so we have been talking from the day one. Follow your dreams, right? So we were talking, follow up your dreams, follow them. Difficult as it might be, or as it might seem tricky, but yeah, we are continuing with that journey. Like, just a recap, on episode 7 we're looking at the different routes we were going to take. We discussed them, and today we make a continuation. On that. All right, so today we make a continuation on the dreams. Okay, so that's where we are today, to say, like, what are we supposed to do, what are we going to look at. Okay, so that will be that. Let me see, I have a list here. Today I don't have a quotation, but I think I will be fine. Okay, so we said, like, there are different reasons why people will decide to do business. As usual, I talk to who's listening to me, right? And I talk, say, like, what, look at yourself and decide what is good for you. What might be good for you might not be exactly the same things that will be good for somebody else, right? So you always look at yourself and consider what can you do, and what you really want to do. Okay, so talking about that, we have said, business roots. There are so many reasons why people would start thinking they shouldn't start, right? You have been carrying this big business that you want to do, or this business idea that you want to do. It can be big, it can be small, but you always find a reason why you shouldn't get started, why now is not the right moment. Okay, so like we mentioned before in the other program, in the other episodes, that if you have done your homework, then start now. If you haven't done the homework, to say, okay, you have the business idea, very good, tick. And then you decide, where are you going to do it, and that kind of stuff. All right, so today, while we are looking at a little bit of on the business plan, we'll also look at what will be the good environment. What can you do to get you started? What kind of things that will help you on the way? All right, and then so we'll look at the different excuses that will people come up with, that stop doing excuses. We will look at taking advice from other people, right? We will say, like, look at the solution that you have. This business idea is a solution for your changing your position that is no longer comfortable, because you are advancing, right? As we have been saying, follow your dreams, and there are different reasons why people follow dreams. Okay, so we'll look at it, like, how can you keep it simple? Yeah, how can you, like, don't overblow it, or even if you are overblowing it, take it bit by bit, step by step, until you make it. Okay, and then we'll say, like, looking at the finances as well, right? And looking at getting started, and being, like, looking also at we will also be looking at being, it can be a huge business, right? But we are also looking at the practicality of doing things. Okay, and then looking at advice that people will give. So this whole bunch, that's what we'll be talking about today. Okay, so looking at getting started, right? We said, like, getting started. Like I just mentioned on that, there are different reasons. We are all experts in the time is not right. I don't have this. I have to do that first. Yes, the idea is good, but before you even start, you're already talking of why will it not happen. You have already failed before you even go anywhere. You have your business idea. Stop looking at all the negatives that will stop you. Yes, it's good to look at the negative, as in, like, looking at what can hinder you as challenges that you can face. But because you are looking at as a challenge that you may face, you already start sorting, like finding solutions, how you counteract that. So in that way, this challenge doesn't become like a handbrake that will stop you, but it becomes like I'm saying, a challenge, as in what are you supposed to keep in mind, so that you don't go the wrong way, or you just don't get started. Because if you just look at put negative energy in it, you won't go anywhere. For those who are drivers, you put the handbrake on, your car will not go anywhere. Yeah, so release the handbrake, look at the challenges and see them as challenges, and find solutions as you go. Okay, so why people start business ideas? It can be to earn extra monies. It can be, like you have retired, but you see you still have energy. You can be to earn extra cash. It can be, like it's a hobby. It can be, you have this dream that you've always wanted to do, and now you want to do it. Like we said, don't forget, say, like, timing is right. Check your timing and do your homework. Okay, so, talking of advice, yes, it's good to speak up about your idea. It's good to listen to what friends, relatives, people, your companions, people that are close to you will say to you is advice. You know, advice is free. You can take it or you can leave it. If you think it's counteractive to what you want to do, and you're sure about what you're going about, then go ahead and do your thing. Sometimes, in people who love us, they give advice that is contrary to what we the dreamers have, not because they want to deter us, or to really stop us, but because they are feeling for us. They think they are protecting us. But you know what? A dream is one main thing. It's your dream, right? Like I always say, if it's your dream, you want it, and you want it really badly, you will do your homework first, and you will listen to the advice. Constructive advice, by all means, take it on board. Negative advice, listen, think about it, and weigh your options. All right, and take on board what you think will be useful for you. As usual, remember, you are the dreamer. The dream is yours, right? So it's you who have the final say in that decision. Okay, but don't forget to pray. So you do need to pray, and then ask for the Almighty to guide you. That's me. I always believe there is a God who works. So you need to talk to him. Anyway, that's aside. Okay, so I've said, like, don't disregard what advice that you are being given. Don't disregard advice that you're given from an expert. Weigh it and see that, like, how you can use it to your advantage. Okay, so talking of ideas, they can be really big. That's fine. They can be really crazy big. That's all right to dream big, but I'll put a big but to that. Okay, so when I'm talking big plans here, we are saying, or my advice would be, big dreams. They are really good. Put them down. Do your homework. That's good. See how realistic it is. That's good. And then put your plan into action. If the idea is big, and you take it bit by bit, like working it, like goal oriented, you will reach it. But sometimes it's good also to start, like, realistically, with small ideas, and then you follow them up. Okay, I tend to have big ideas, and I run with them. But people are different. Okay, so, like, on a more realistic note, in terms of business, right? I don't suggest that people should start businesses that will ruin them. That's not like me. All right. I would suggest that, like, if you are starting your business, okay, you have to see that, sometimes better you start small with things that you yourself can control. Okay. And start with, start with your own capital. That's another thing that comes with the realistic starting. You have your idea, start realistically small and grow with your business. By this starting small, I mean sometimes it's with big ideas comes with big pockets and big monies and big loans if you don't have your own money and if you didn't win the lotto. As we know, not so many people win the lotto. Okay, so to this we would say, you have your idea, your business idea, okay, put it on paper, and then you have like, check your monies, like your financing, your capital, that it's realistically matching the business idea that you have. Okay, so you have your idea that you've put down and made a plan out of. We'll be talking about the plan later on. And then you are following it up to say, okay, there is my business, there is my finances, it's matching the idea. And then you've done your homework already. So as you follow it up, you find that if you do it that way, you won't jump into big credits before you even go anywhere. All right, but sometimes you can have a killer idea that, like, you are secure even if you if you can get a business loan to do it. Well, by all means, go ahead, as long as like you've done your homework and everything is watertight. Your project plan is watertight, your business plan is watertight. Then you'll be fine to go with the business loan. Otherwise, start small, save enough money to get started, and then that way you won't get into the habit of starting and then losing off before you even go anywhere. Okay, so in this case, I've talked about like business, realistic business, and starting small, and matching your business idea with your starting capital. Okay, and then invest if you are using your own capital. That way you avoid taking loans from the bank that can cripple you before you even go anywhere. Because banks are bankers. They make money. They're business people. They're business organizations. They live on capital. They live on tech, on interest, and they won't just give their monies just like that. Just know, like, you get a credit, you will have to pay it back, and sometimes it will be painful, and sometimes it can ruin you before you even go anywhere. All right, so like that will be that. And then, better, like I said, if as you're starting with your own capital that you have saved for a couple of years, and then try to start a business that will give you little or less, little as possible, ongoing expenses. Right, like, like at the overdraft, because the expenses that you are paying in, they will continue. It's not like you pay today and it's finished. Right, some of them will be ongoing, but if you have to pay them, then make sure they are really as minimum as possible. Remember, once you start your business, you won't start getting money straight away. Right, so it will take time until you can start earning money, until you can start earning capital. Okay, so to avoid a situation where you get stuck with too much, or like with too much expenses in comparison to what is the profits that are coming in. Please try and keep your expenditures as little as possible, or as low as possible. Okay, and then, yeah, we start making money. Money will not just come straight away. There are some businesses, but there are very few that, you start, and then you start today, tomorrow you already have the profits coming in. Yes, they can be there, or let me say they are there, but they are very little. For most of the businesses, they need time. So with time, you need patience. Right. So like I said, it's just like a farmer. You won't grow vegetables today. You put your seeds on the ground today, and tomorrow you expect to harvest. No, you need to give your business time to grow. Okay, so you have planted, you have started, by planting, I mean, you have already commenced your business. You have already put in all the work that you need to start. Give your business time to mature. Give your business time to grow. Okay, and then that way, and you need like really lot of patience. Unforeseeable things will pop up, and you still need patience, and like to pull through until the time when you can start, like, yeah, start harvesting, and it's not a thing of saying you start today, tomorrow, the little bit of money that comes in, you start using it and buying all sorts of things. No, put it back into the business, and plan your things well. Like, you put your money back into the business, allow your business to grow easy and steady, bit by bit, and then you will see, then when time comes, you really have, like, maybe in a few years, or in a few years, you will start, like, really reaping the profits that you have really worked hard for. Okay, so patience is like a real big thing here on this one. Okay, following or close to that is, I've said, like, you have already started your business, you have put enough capital that you have. But if, like, you've started with a little bit of capital, major problem that you'll have is, if you start with with not enough capital, you are bound to to be short, where you are starting to think, do I pay the rent, or do I put the money back into business? So whichever way, if you choose one or the other, you're already starting to get into credit. And if your business line gets too slow, then you're in trouble, because before you know it, you'll have bills amounting up that you will struggle to pay. So that's why I said, again, start your business with enough capital, plan in advance, and know that after such a time you will start, and then get started, like, slowly and easy. And then, yeah, and then on that, sorry, let me get a drink. Sorry about that. Yeah. Okay, as we are talking on enough capital, and you have started, right, and the little bit of money is coming in, don't go shopping and you start buying. Oh, now I always wanted to change my car. Oh, I need to change my wardrobe. That's too early. That's too early. Put the money back into your business. Allow your business to grow before you start going businessman or a businesswoman. By the way, nobody really cares. Okay, so what you are doing is for you. The world will not go down below, because or crumble, because you have now a Porsche house, or you have a Porsche car. And you know what, the world will still continue moving on if you start sinking in credit. Okay, so that's why we are advising, or that's why I'm advising, that take it easy. Once the little profits are starting to come back, and you are seeing that there is extra money, put it back into your business and allow your business to grow. Give your business time to grow. Okay, and then, yeah, then, like, as the business is growing, your business is maturing, then you will really see the profits, because of this consistency that you have started. You've been continuously putting the money back, expanding, putting the money back, and then that way, because you have this consistent, and you're not going shopping all of a sudden, making big expenses that were not really expected, that will not bring money in. Yeah, save and put it back, and see that, like, you will see, if you're consistent, that the business will do you good, will do well. Okay, and like, as I mentioned in the other video, or maybe one of my first ones, that the timing is right. You have to time your things really right. Okay, don't forget that timing is the most crucial thing. All right, so don't forget that one. Yeah, if possible, do a business that will run all year round. Then that means you are covered all year round. You don't have to start, like, struggling to work so hard in a short time, so that, like, the rest of the year there is no business. If where possible, of course, do business that will go you all around. Then you won't have too much pressure of trying to save as much as possible. Yeah. But in some cases, there are some businesses that can only be seasonal. Yeah, well, if you have those kind of businesses, go ahead, do them. Just plan your things well, so that for those dry moments where there is no business, you will not go into debt. Otherwise, it will be counterproductive. That's like your season time, you work like crazy, and then like when the quiet times, you start going into credit. No, that won't be good. Or you work so hard when the season is on, when the season is, and you save a lot for the dry times, then that way it will take you through, okay, without you creating more and more credit for yourself. All right, so yeah, we've spoken about constructive advice. Yeah, constructive advice is a good thing. You have to listen to others and learn from other people's mistakes. You don't have to repeat all the mistakes that other people have done. Okay, these days you can talk to people that you see live. These days you can go use the social medias, use different platforms that are there to get as much input and as much advice that you can get. Talking of advice, if you see that you have stumbled on there is a problem in what you're doing, please get advice. Don't be shy to get advice. Okay, if you get shy, you keep quiet, you suffer. And before you know it, you might end up having to sell, or you might having to go file up for bankruptcy. Whereas the problems that we have, they are easy projects, that are easy problems that somebody can help you solve. So please talk to other people and see that you are helped. Okay. Hey, it looks like, sorry, let me sort this one out. Looks like my video has just stopped here. Give me a second, please. I just sort out something here. Just give me a second. Something has stopped. Yeah. Okay, my Facebook is stopped. My Facebook is stopped, so I need to sort it out. Just give me a minute, please. Yeah. Okay, so in the meantime, while I'm sorting out the Facebook one, sorry, my YouTube, I'll just have to reply, to repeat, to say, while you are sorting yourself and looking that, what business do you want to do? Okay. You look at what advice is there available to you. Okay. You look at what is this? Sorry, just in a second. Yeah. Okay. Something is just gone wrong here. All right then. Ha! Technology. If technology stops, everything goes down. Okay. So I was saying, you just have to say my points again. Let me do my points again. You have to stop finding excuses as to why you cannot start your business. You have thought about it, you want to do your business. By all means, do your homework first, as usual. Do your homework and see what works for you, and then get started. Yeah, that will be that. And then, like, listen to the advice that friends and relatives and partners will give you, and then weigh and see what works best for you. All right. And then I'll just, that's like a recap for this one. And then we say, like, on the solutions, you don't have to wait. You don't have to wait and think what's going on and who will say what. Choose what works for you. Okay, choose what works for you. And then as you are planning your business, all right, and then we'll look at besides, like, the idea is yours. It's you. On hello once again on Facebook. We have just like it just stopped, but I hope we will be able to continue with the other one that we have already started. Okay, so I was saying we are talking episode 8, the business route, or route. Here in Canada they say route. Oh dear, me and the English language. Okay, so we're saying, like, just a recap once again, to say, keep your business simple, right? Keep it simple, as in, you know what you want to do. I won't be telling you what you want to do. You know the idea of the business that you want to do, what makes your heart beat. You are following your dream. All right. And then you also look at if it's a big idea, make sure you have funds for that. And then avoid taking too many credits because they can choke you before you even go anywhere. Like, and the other important thing is as you have started your business, you should use the knowledge that you have. Starting a business where you yourself have got no idea what's going on will not help you much. All right. So by all means, start a business that you will know that you will lead. Or if you yourself cannot lead, then have people on board who are working with you. Have at least one, or if you are doing with partners, somebody in your team, like in your close team, somebody who is your partner or somebody that you are working with will know what's going on. All right. So avoid by all means doing businesses where you have to rely on other people. Okay. Otherwise, if those people pull out or if those people disappear on you, you are stuck. You'll be forced to close. And that's counterproductive. That's not what you want to do. You are starting a business so that you can run with it, so that you can earn something from it. Okay. So talking of that, where are we now? Where are we now on our program? Yeah. And we're saying, like, as you are starting the business, you yourself be ready to get your hands dirty. If you become the manager who doesn't do anything, who just works, sits and give orders, doing nothing, you can be sure that somewhere along the line you will wake up and nothing has been going on. All right. So try by all means to be that manager that will get his hands, that will put his hands on the ground and do something. Okay. So that will be that on getting your hands, be involved. If you have workers, be the leader. Show your workers the way. You lead, right? Not just sitting in the offices and expect the work to be done. You might be surprised that someday you will stand up and nothing has been done because you were there, but you were not really looking and you were not doing anything. So why should everybody else work? Of course, you are paying the money, but better managers and better leaders lead by doing. Okay. Yeah, so we spoke about the constructive advice. Yeah, if like there are issues that are going on, which is good as well. Yeah. And then once again we said, like, to just as a recap as well, consider starting with as little ongoing cost as possible. Okay. So we'll continue on our on our next important part, to say business plan. Like, it's basically I call it a business plan. For me, I'll call it more like a check. We'll do like more like a checklist to say what are some of those things that you should think about when you are starting your business. Okay. So we'll do a quick round on that, and then we'll see if there are any questions. Okay. Sorry, it's me going everywhere, getting my paperwork ready here on my desk. Yeah, so that we can talk like really facts. Okay, so thank you, Carol. It's good to see that you're here. um where's that one? Let's see. What was that one? Just give me a second. Okay, thanks, Vinny. um Thanks, Vinny, for joining in. Okay. Once again, we're saying, like, what I call a business plan is more like a checklist that will help you. Hello, my Dudu. Good to see that you're here, Linda. You just came in when we are talking about the business plan. Thanks, everybody who's joining in. You are very much welcome. Yeah. So on this checklist, it's like more or less to help us think, what are we going into. Okay. So for the first thing that we have to start is the name. What are we going to call our business? A name is the name of the business. So the name of a business, it becomes the identity. So if you pick a name Or there are some names that are crazy that have become like icons, like where everybody's becomes the tongue on people's mouth. You have to pick a name that, will mean something. Some say pick a name that kind of reveals what your business is all about, or in your name add something so that people will know. If they see the name, they will identify what you're doing with your name. Okay, so pick a name that will be an identity to your business. Okay, so your business needs to have an address. Where are you basing your business? Where are you? Are you in the air? Where are you in the house? Where are you based? Even if you start your business in your basement, you still have to have an address. If you start your business by renting out a room, you have to have an address. So even if you are online, you still have to have an address, because these days, with all these frauds going on, people need to know, where do they locate you? What's your address? Cheers. Okay. And then remember, it depending with who you, if you are doing your business by yourself, let's say life coach Vimbai Chiwuswa, there is my name there. So my name and my business, we are kind of one. All right, but I can decide to be life coach, I don't know, Chimuti. Okay, life coach seaside. Yeah, but maybe I'm locating myself together with the area where I am, a geographical area. Choose a name that makes some kind of sense somehow. Okay, so remember, on this name, and then the location, the website, it all has to be like genuine, so that if people are looking for you, they will know where to look, they will know where to find you. That's really important, because like there's nothing as bad as trying to do business with people who are not available anyway. You can't reach them. Then you start thinking, am I dealing with a real business, or am I dealing with bonkers people? And you don't want to be one of those bonkers people, or bonkers business, or fraudulence. Okay, so people need to know who you are. The business, if you are using your name, is different from your business. Who is behind that business? Uh, where are you located, right? Like the physical address. If you are on like business telephone numbers, they have to be genuine. That if somebody picks up the phone to look for you, they have to be able to find you. If they call you, you have to, and you are not there, then call back. Okay, if you have mobile telephone numbers, please put mobile numbers that they will be able to reach you, because the idea is your customers have to be able to reach you. Okay, so if you have an email address, check email address. Not giving people email addresses and you never check, that's not good for business. Okay, and then if you haven't started, then you can actually start saying like, oh, I was thinking I'll be starting on such a date. If you have already started, you can already say like, okay, I have already started, I started on such a date. Okay, for those who will start digging, because people dig, right? And these days with the internet, as long as you are available online, or even if you don't put yourself online, somebody will put you online. Yeah, and then sorry, when they look for you, when your customers look for you, or potential customers are looking for you, you better put the information yourself. And then that way you can be sure that the information people will reach, the information that will get to people will be correct information. Very important. Okay, so yeah, as we continue with the that was just the beginning of who you are, identity to business, like how to call this, my checklist. Yeah, now checklist to business planning. Okay, so now it will be to say, okay, introduction. Business, we said we are talking business, right? We are going the root business. What is your business all about? People will want to know. Yeah, so if you are going to, like, remember this business plan or this business checklist, like I call it, it's what will help you uh, organize your thoughts, organize the line of business you are getting into, organize the journey that you are going, because a business is a journey. So this will kind of guide you or help you think about other things, like guide you in your way of thinking, to say, okay, because as you are writing things, questions will come up, and you have to answer them genuinely to yourself if you are going to go somewhere with this business. Okay, so a summary, it's an overview of what you want to do, or what you are planning to, what you are doing. Okay, and then it doesn't have to be a very long one. It can be just like really short and to the point, so that one look, people will know where are you going. Yeah, and then, like I said, I've just mentioned that you put the dates when you are starting or where you have started. It helps, like, when who, depending with who you are giving it to, or who has to make decisions, so that can help, or that can help in your favor. Yeah, and then you have to decide on the legal status. Are you a one-man show, one-man business? Are you are you doing a partnership, like a sole trade? Are you a limited company? Um, there are so many websites that explains what is that and what is entitled. And then it also means as well, what tax, like the legal status that you have, for your business, also affects the tax that your business is going to pay, or you and your business are going to pay to the government. So you have to check that. Are you doing a local business? Are you an international business? You have to think. It all comes, all this legal structure. You know, are you going to be operating in different countries? That also means different legal structures that you will have to think about, to say, which country am I trading in? Which laws bind your business? Okay, so that's on the legal structures and allocation of where your company is. And then you have to think the business background and key personal CVs attached to it. So, like, if you are running your show for yourself, like I always say, is you are the mastermind. Remember, it's your dream, right? You're not doing it for somebody else, you're doing it for yourself. Okay, so you have started with your business. Good. And then you start thinking, like I mentioned before, what what you're looking at yourself and you're asking, maduduka ndakuona here ndikati ewo sisi Linda. And then you're saying, like, as you're looking to say the key people, what CVs, what experience are they bringing? Like I mentioned before earlier on, the best CVs is the working experience you yourself are bringing. You, the head of the business, what CVs are you bringing? What experience do you have to be able to run this business successfully, right? Because if you just rely on other people, things can go wrong. Okay, yeah. And then you would look at you'll have to attach them to your business plan, to say, like, all those people who are key people of your business, they will have to be attached on this checklist. Okay, and then you say, you have to name the positions and the responsibility of the people who are, if you are partners, if you are doing it by yourself, you are working with whoever you are working for, all the key people will have to be like detailed, to say, I have the director, and this is what I have, the CEO, this is what I have, the treasurer, this is what I have, the accountant, these are their roles. I have the recruiter. All of those key people, you will have to put them down and say, what are they going to do? Maybe you need a secretary, executive chief secretary. You will have to put, what are they, what do you expect of them? Okay. And then, and then you are looking at, now we have already put down, what is more important, like on the people who are going to work. Are they employed? Are they volunteers? Yeah, you have to put all that down. Okay, and then we are looking at, next point will be, what's your unique selling point? Yeah, USP, they call it. So here you are looking at what is special about your product. Why should people buy your product? Yeah, like, there are so many products out there. Why yours? What's special about it? So it's you telling your story about your product. Okay, and then you say, like, yeah, you looking at the prices. Why, like I said, why should people buy your product? What's the price difference, and why is still yours better? Yeah, and then you have to make decisions for your prices, and then you have to look at compare prices as well. Like what are your competitors selling? Okay, and what are their prices? And then you kind of match yours, or you say like, I know my services are worth so much, and that's my price, and those who want your services will come for it. Or you say, like, I prefer the numbers, and then you make your prices lower, and hoping that and praying that like your product is good enough that people in their numbers will come and buy it. Okay, and then where are you getting your products from? Because that affects your price as well. All right. Are you making it yourself? But if you're making it yourself, where are you getting the raw materials from? All that it affects the business. Or are you producing services yourself? You're not selling, you're not buying anything, but you are producing. Mm? So is your raw materials human beings? Like, say you are agents, you are selling services, and you need like workers to do something for you. Or you sit in your own house and you do the digital things, so that it's you who is producing. So it also makes a difference, but still maybe you need to buy different materials to do your business. Where are you buying from? Okay, and then next point will be market research. Okay, let me take a sip. Yeah, when you are talking market, when you're talking here, market research, you are looking, uh, you are looking, what this product that you want to sell, is it already there on the market? Is it a new product? You're looking at the demographics. Is it a product for younger people, for elderly, for who are your clientele? What do the customers want? You can go around and ask. Are you going to go door by door? Are you going to ask, like, make like these days with social media, you go on social media and you just publish whatever to say, guys, I'm looking for this. Or you're going to make leaflets and check with the people where in that area where you want to do your business. How are you going to do that? Do you know what your consumers or your potential customers want? Did you talk to them to kind of test the waters? Or if you it's something that you can produce and put around, is that something that they really want, or it's you who thinks it's necessary? Maybe sometimes that's another thing. Some businesses are started as in, because I looked for it and I didn't get it, and I know so many other people are looking for it, so now I'm going to sell it because I struggled. That's another way of starting business. But in this case, when you have finally started, do people want that product, or it's just you? You don't want to get started, they only find out, oh, it's just you who wants that thing. Okay, so you have to check it out. And then, like, these days you can go also on Google, like on not only Google but on different search engines, to check what products are being sold and what the selling codes of those different products. It's all there online. You just have to find it. Okay, maybe we'll make another episode where we look at things like that. Okay, so we know, check how much are people prepared to pay. Yeah, you can look up services of people, other people who are selling that product that you want to sell, if it's already there on the market, and see how much are they selling for. And then you can even do mystery shopping. For those who know mystery shopping, where you contact you actually contact your potential competitors, and you pretend you want to buy whatever they are selling. Talk to them and find out their services. That's the best way. They are already in business, so you go and talk to them. But if you go and tell them, guys, I need your ideas, how are you doing this and that, they won't tell you. But if you go, there's a potential customer, they will tell you everything, or at least the most of the information that you need. Yeah. So you call a couple of them. By the end of the day, you have enough information to give you a starting point, and then that way you can get started. At least Will your product, you have an idea. You won't know for 100% sure, but you'll have an idea where you're going. Okay, and then you can also look at trends in the markets to say, like I said, like check um what do official surveys that are already exist in the line of business that you want to go to, you go into, they say, because before you started, somebody already did a survey and checked it out to say, is this thing, how is it doing? So before you redo that, get the information that is available and use it to your advantage. Okay, and then next point will be like advertising and promotion. Yeah. Big one. These days, it has become a little bit easier because anybody can talk about anything. You can use all sorts of different platforms that are available to your own advantage, starting with the Facebook, you do the WhatsApp, you do the YouTube, and you do the Twitter, you name them. And there is word of mouth. That works. And with word of mouth, you start with your own family, you do your friends, you do their friends, their relatives, and you expand going from there. Yeah, that's the easiest, one of the easiest ways, and that's word of mouth still works. And you do recommendations, you do, you know, you have to think about that. How much are you going to advertise? Are you going to stand on the and do the traditional one where you go on the newspapers? There are still some people who are not online, they will go on newspapers. So are you going to do the newspaper one? um how often are you going to do your advert? Are you going to do just one and you disappear, or you continue doing it? So it's all those things that you need to talk about. Are you going to say, like I said, like you start your own web, your own blog online? You will be writing about your products yourself. All right, and then say, hey, hi Tiffany, it's good that you're here. You're welcome. We're talking business today. Yeah, business route into following your dreams. So to now, at the moment, we are talking about on point 7, like we were talking about advertising and promotion. Yeah. Like you talk about encouraging, like you talk to your families about your product and encourage them to tell their friends and the friends of friends, right? So that way you are spreading. As you are blogging as well, you tell them that you have started blogging. And you can also go on YouTube and make your own YouTube channel and talk about how you are, see what product that you have. Hello Ratizo, you're welcome. Yeah. And then like you can make giveaways. Like it can be a small voucher, it can be raffle prizes. You still have to be careful and be authentic. You don't want to overspend because you are just starting, but you have to maybe start with a bang and let people know that you exist. All right, like I said, these days it's much better and much easier, like to get started and slow and bit by bit selling your products. And at the end of the day, you don't want to irritate people that you end up looking like a bonkers person. That will be counterproductive for you. Okay, so that will be maybe a little bit that on advertising, to say you want to get started, get people to know you are out there, get people to know that you believe in your idea yourself, believe in your own business, then that way other people will believe in it. Okay, so it's you who's selling. Because if you don't believe in it, why should other people believe in your business? Why should other people follow you if you yourself, you've got no idea where you're going? Yeah, of course, sometimes we do start like that. You just jump in cold water and then you learn swimming from the deep end. Can work, but it's always dangerous. So better to do the work and then advertise, let the people know that you're out there. You know, talking of that, on advertising and promotion, you have to, you don't try and make it like perfection. you know with what you have already started, like I said, we have already made all the other preparations. Get started and get the ball rolling. You sort other things as we go. I'll get back to that because it's quite an important issue. Okay, so we'll talk now. Point 8, legal matters. With legal matters, you say, like, you have to know that every business that you are putting on your name on, is legal obligations. One main one is the tax, right? If that's one main one, that if you don't pay your taxes, you can be sure that someday the taxman will knock on your door. And if they do and you can't prove it, then you are like you can get ruined. So always, by all means, see that you have checked your tax, how much tax you are supposed to pay for your business, for some, and talk to the tax man, go to the offices, contact them, and talk to them like, this is what I want to do. Talk to your accountant, or even, like, even if you don't have, say you don't have an accountant, you can hire one, sorry, for consultation, so that at least you have an idea about these legal matters. Okay, if you don't want to do the consultant thing, then talk to the lawyers. Let them explain what is entitled with any of these different company status that you are taking. What obligation does it come with? Okay, and then, like, you have to have like your insurances. You have to have the permission, the insurances, in case anything happens, then you'll be kind of like on the better side. I don't like insurances, but for business, yeah, you have to have one. It's better for you if you have an insurance, but you have to find also which insurance has better terms for you. It's not about just having any insurance, but one that works for you, one that works to your advantage. Okay, and then we have to talk about permission to do that line of business that you want to. Check, what permission do you need? What licensing do you need? Some businesses you can just open, nobody cares. But some of them you need to have the legal permission. You don't have it, they catch you, you are in trouble. Some of them you will pay like really big fines, and some of them can come with jail terms as well. So please be careful. Check, what permissions do you need to get started to do whichever business you want to go into. Okay, so that's permission and licenses. Okay, and then check, what kind of equipment do you need? Because for some equipment, you need permission to have it in your house or in your wherever you are operating. Right. So for some equipment, the equipment itself, some equipment you need permission to have it. Some For some businesses, the building that you are working me in, it has to be licensed. So please check that. Okay, some licenses are for the product that you are selling. So check what licensing and permission is for you. You need to have. Okay, all right, then there are, if you don't know, like I said, there are associations, there are like the Chamber of Commerces, there are local boards, like here in the UK, you can check the government website, it will have all sorts of those. And like there are also startups, that are startups organizations that advise people how to go, like how to get started, and they will also advise you on what kind of permissions or licensing that you need to have. And there are associations, maybe in some places you have to join an association and be a member, and they will also advise you on what is required for your kind of business or line of business. Okay, and then here in the UK, at least here in Europe, health and safety. Yeah, I know in Zimbabwe there's health and safety, and in some African countries as well. So health and safety, let's just say health and safety everywhere. Yeah, it's whatever product you have to check on the health and safety of your own workers, you yourself, and for the public. Right, health and safety issues can really come with really huge penalties, so you have to be like really careful with that. So make sure that everything is in position, everything that you need to have, your fire alarms, your fire systems, have your exit routes, everything should be in position as it should be. Okay, and then then we have like the customs and conditions, where you're looking at what rights do your customers have to buy and return things. That should be also documented. Not that you say, like in 12 days, if you don't like something, you can return it in 12 days, and then the customer comes on the 12th day and you change your mind. No, that doesn't work that way. So make sure you put your policies in order the way you really want them. Okay, so that will help you solve really a lot. Okay, so that will be that on the business plan. And then we'll also look at let's see, there's some things here that we need to talk about. My list is a bit longish. Yeah. Okay, I jumped this. I have to just go back a bit on this one. Okay, so it was organization. It was supposed to be at the beginning, but I skipped it for some reason. Organizations aimed on objectives. Objectives. Yeah, this is a quick go back to say, what is the vision? Where are you going with your business? All right, I was supposed to speak that at the beginning, but for some reason I skipped it. Yeah, and what are your plan? What are your numbers? Where are you? We are starting from zero, and like, where are you going? Okay, if you can put this as a graph, to be better, to make it like clear, make it easy to see, and you're looking at also quantities and quantity and quality. It's not just about the numbers, it's about the quality of the product that you're going to sell. Quality talks for itself. Make sure you have a good item that will talk for itself. Either you have a product that people, out of necessity, they will come looking for you, or you have a product that it's so good that people will come looking extra for you and skip all the other people in the line just for you, to come for you. Hello, solo, you are welcome. Yeah. So when you are picking your product, make sure you are picking that product that your quality is good. And like I said, quality talks for itself. All right. Then yeah. And then you can look at, what are you aiming? Are you open, like, also for the on in terms of quality? Are you open, like, is it a product that you can just sell once, or is once a week? Is it a product that you want to sell 3 times a week? Or is it a product that you can sell, like, you said, like, I'm open 5 days a week, 7 days a week? Because also with the quality comes also with consistent, and how fresh and how good is your product. Is it something that expires quickly, or something that's got a long life? And if you say you're going to do something, then do it. Right, so this consistency, and that also add value on the quality of the product that you're doing. Okay, it's not just about talking, yes, I can produce this, and they say in the orders come, and then you can't deliver. All right, so that means before you start selling things and telling people you have things, make sure that you have enough stock. Sorry. And make sure you deliver when you say you deliver. For like these days, we say, oh, you can sell anything online. Like, if you buy something and they tell you, it will be delivery in 4 days. In 4 days, it has to be there. And if anything happens, then better you contact the customer quickly and tell them, sorry, there is this that has happened. We are really sorry, but the product will be coming. And then give them an expectation date. Right, there's nothing as bad as, like, telling people this is coming, and then they don't get their product. That only cause frustration and loss of customers. Okay, so make sure, like, your promise, your word is your promise, and your promise is your, like, your credit. Okay, and then put your targets down. That's another thing to say. What are your targets in 1 year? Where do you hope to be in 2 years? Maybe in 5 years, in 10 years? Where are you going with your product? Whether you will sell it after 5 years is something else, but at least until then, what are you planning? How do you think your business will develop? So put that down on paper. Okay, and it will be better if you can play around with with numbers and figures. If you can do that, it will help you sort things out. Okay. All right, then we say, like, on the products as well, talking of quality, just spoken of quality, to say the products, back again to the product itself. Like, spoke about what makes people come look for your product, but what exactly are you selling? E- like, I would say, I'm a life coach. Hmm? But as a life coach, there are so many types of coaches. Am I talking with people who want to, like, develop themselves, personal development? Am I talking just business development? Am I talking team building? Am I talking people who want to go into politics? What exactly? Am I talking like, helping families mend their relationships? Am I talking, what exactly are you selling? You have to list it down to say, this is what I have on stock, this is what I'm selling. Okay. And then yeah, like I said, if you can, not if you can, you have to be able, because that's your selling strategy, to say uh what benefits will the product have on the person who's buying. Because I would want to tell you are selling your pie, and then I want to know what good. Okay, it tastes good. Okay, that's one. I would think, maybe it's got too many calories. Then I'll start putting on weight in the wrong places. But then it's your product. You tell me, what benefit do I have from buying your pie? What benefit will I get from utilizing your services? Yeah, it's you who's selling. What good will it do me? Okay. So yeah. And then, like, you can continuously put repetition on that to make sure, like, like, if you remember the old adverts that used to happen, those still work. The old adverts, you heard it 10 times, by the 50th time, 16th time, it's already out of your mouth, as if it's you are already singing it yourself, as if you are part of this. So it's you as well, being part of that. Okay. And then what, like, you can put it also as a something to look forward. What other products do you kind of have in store? Okay, you can say maybe there's a surprise notion, but sometimes it's good for people to know what they are expecting, or what is coming in their way. Okay, so if you can do that, that would be really good, to say, like, oh guys, maybe in such time we are expecting, this is the next line, or our next selection coming. And yeah, it keeps people hooked, because it's this thing of reputation, this thing of keeping people entertained, and keeping people, that they think of a product, your name becomes the first address that they think of. So it's also this thing of reputation that you need to keep on feeding. Okay. Like, if while you're thinking of your product, like I talked about, are you making it yourself? Are you buying it somewhere? If you are buying material somewhere, who are your suppliers? How far are they? What are their delivery times? That kind of things that you have to, like, really think about while you are still in the planning process. Because this thing of saying, okay, I will sell tomatoes. Okay, but where are you getting the tomatoes from? Are they going to be able to like, sell the tomatoes to you all year round, or they can sell a little bit and then you have to find somebody else, right? So that's thing, it will help you also in your own planning, to say, okay, if I buy tomatoes from this person to this in this country, I buy let's say now I can say I'll buy my tomatoes from Spain. But Spain is winter in Europe. After some time, when the winter comes, there won't be tomatoes in Spain. But I have my customers who want to have their tomatoes every day. They still want tomatoes. So when Spain's got no tomatoes, where will I buy them? Can I buy them from Africa? Can I buy them from Southern America? Can I buy them, I don't know, in China? So that's the thing, to say, you plan in advance, so that you continuously supply your customers and there won't be any shortage. Okay, so that was what I thought I had skipped, and I had to quickly go back to look at that. Okay, now we talk about the competitors. Yeah, competitors are not a bad thing, right? Just know that competitors are not bad. Competitors are good for business. Yeah, I know it sounds crazy, but they are good for business. You know what? If like, did you ever think of it? Why do you find that there are 10, like, in one mall, there will be McDonald's, there will be Burger King, there will be Nando's on the corner, there will be KFC, there will be the Chinese noodle shop, there will be the Spanish how do you call that, those little tapas bar, and then there will be, the British breakfast house in there. It's all there in one place. Why do you think like it's like that? If it's bad for business, same applies to the clothing shops. It's one after the other. Why? It's all competition, right? Because it's good for business. You have to outsmart the others. You have to do better than the others, so that if the customer comes in there, maybe they don't like what they saw, they will come to you. But then you have to be better than your neighbor, so that the customers will come to you. Because sometimes you go and think like, oh, I want to eat KFC today, and then you go there on the door as you are passing, you see that nice tapas bar presented well as you are passing, and you think, maybe the tapas will be better today. Before you know it, you're already sitting in the tapas bar there. So too bad for the KFC or the chicken Kentucky there, or the other ones. You know me. I mean, those are just examples. I know I'm not selling for them, but I'm mentioning them because they are most of the common takeaway shops everywhere. Okay. Besides, I do eat them as well. All right. Bad habit sometimes, but yeah, well, it's life. Okay, so I'll say, like, so competition is good for business, but important for us now is that we have to be better than our competitors, better in quality, better in the quantities as well, because sometimes the quantities is also good. To say, like, if it means having a portion slightly bigger than the neighbor, okay, do that. If the price is slightly different, then I'll go for the bigger portion and get my tummy big. Yeah. Okay. So competition is not always bad for business. It's good. At least it tells you what sells. All right. So check what your competitors have and make it work for you. Yeah. Their weaknesses and make it better. Use it for your own good. Check their strengths and do better than them. And then yeah. Okay. Then you have to do what is called a SWOT analysis. That's a big word. A SWOT analysis. With SWOT analysis, it's what, like, we are looking detailed into your business. Okay. So in this, I understand that. With SWOT analysis, you look at the strengths, what is good about your business, or what good about you and your business together. So you are really looking in detail. Remember, in this case, we are talking, like, as we say, this business, it's your business. We are not working for somebody, or you are working with somebody. But the idea is you want to change that position that you are in that is not good. So when you are doing this, you are really putting facts down, not lying to yourself. They have to be, like, really genuine, so that it helps you. Okay, so what is good about you and your business? Yeah. And then we are looking at opportunities. What's going on in the area that will work for you? Okay. If you say you want to start a nursery, you can say maybe they're building new houses in the neighborhood, so family houses. That means people with children will come in the neighborhood, and then so your preschool will be, like, the newest in the town. Okay, so that will work for you. And if you say some preschools are closing down, so it will be good, because, like, you are starting, because others are closing, you are opening yours, and you offer better services than the ones than those who are closing, so it works for you. Okay, so, like, let's see. Okay, that one is still fine. Yeah. And then you look at weaknesses. Yeah. What, like I said, weaknesses are not bad things. It's good to know where your weaknesses are. By knowing where your weaknesses are, it helps you find solutions. Okay, it helps you be prepared. It helps you find advice. It helps you find assistance where you really need it, so that you can do better. But if you keep those weaknesses, and you say, like, I don't talk about them, I don't look there, that may be bad for your business. That may be your downfall, and you don't want to start something where like, you'll be in trouble. Better be prepared and get the advice that you the advice, and get the support that you need, so that you start strong and you keep on going. Okay, and make the best of your business. Right. And then look at what might change. What is it that you think, like, can change in the neighborhood? Okay, like I was saying, like going back to this business of starting a preschool. Like say maybe you already start your preschool, and then like you're thinking, you people are coming in, all right, and new business, like they're building new schools, okay, new homes, all right. But then it turns out that in the company, in the area that you are in, as much as new houses are being built, factories are closing, big business companies are closing down. So it's already a threat for you, because like because companies are closing down, that means people who are working there will be jobless. And those people who are working for those companies, they are families with the children that you are targeting. So that means those families will move away. If those families move away, you are out of business, unless if you decide to relocate somewhere else. So that's an example of things that might change. To say, consider in your line of business what kind of things can change, and then put that into to counteract, to say, okay, suppose it hasn't changed, but it's a potential threat, to say, if this happens, what will you do? What is like your safety net that you are building for yourself, so that your business doesn't crumble, or that you are not caught by surprise and you think, opla, what do I do now? Okay, you need to be prepared. Okay, and then yeah, we are rounding off now. Two more, maybe, yeah, let's say two more points that we need to talk about. Okay, sorry about that. On legal matters, there's one point really important that I didn't mention. On legal matters, we have to have like these days there is the Data Protection Act. Okay, whether it's for your customers, whether it's for your customers, you need to have permission to keep their data. So you just can't keep data without permission, and it has to be written permission. So that's one thing to think about, that it doesn't matter if you are going to do business like around, just make sure you have those in place, that for whoever, even for your suppliers, you have to have permission to keep their data. Okay, especially data and personal information that can be used to identify somebody, and you can only use it for that purpose that you have got them to sign for. Okay, so that's very important on that. And if you have your CCTV cameras everywhere, you have to make sure people know that there are cameras there, because if you take them and they can sue you, that they didn't know that you were filming them. Yeah, so to avoid such problems, make sure you have like your like big letters written, there are cameras around. Okay, so watch what you're doing, we are recording you. Okay, and remember that those CCTVs, they have to be registered as well. So make sure, if you have the permission to have them installed. Okay, yeah, and then yeah, all right then. Who on the legal issues as well was important to say. Is the house yours? Are you renting? If you are renting, are you allowed to do that business in that house? If you are doing it in a basement, if it's a building, a rented building, are you allowed to do that kind of business where you want to do it? So you have to check that one as well. Okay, and get the permission to do that kind of business where you want to do it. Otherwise, you can also be in trouble for breaching one or the other legal obligation. Okay, yeah, and then if customers don't pay, that's another one. The what ifs. Yeah, if your customers don't pay, you have given them credit to say, like, pay in 90 days, pay in 30 days, and they don't pay. What are you gonna do? You can't go and shoot in them. You can't go and harass them. Yeah, but you have to put safety measures to protect you and your business. Okay, to say you have thought about it. Is it that you ask them to put a deposit down? Is it that you ask them first for like to say at the beginning they have to pay a certain to earn some points. If we use a point system to say earn so much, so that we know that you are capable of paying. Or you say they do business until orders from so much, we can give those credit, or everyone is buying cash. Yeah, so you have to think about put safety measures for your business. Yeah, if people get injured, if people get sick, what are you gonna do in your premises, in your business? Are you prepared for that? Do you have safety measures for that? Do you know what to do? Like, are you prepared to can you do first aid? Can you do any do you even know where the ambulance numbers are? Do you know where the police numbers are? you know so it's all those things to think about. Do you have an insurance that will help you cover that? So it's things to think about. Yeah. And if you uh suppose you have 15% of the stock, what are you going to do? Are you going to wait till everything gets sold, or you buy halfway through the line? So you should have a system to say, okay, now I'm considering, after when I've sold 30% of what I have, I like say I've sold 70%, then I start buying you as. Or are you buying, like buying and delivering online, that you buy and the things get delivered? So you have to think about all that to say the what ifs. Okay. Yeah. And then one major thing that I mentioned before in passing was your finances. Business financing, it's a big issue. Yeah, I say, like, best will be to start a business with your own capital. Start a business when you have saved. Yeah, start a business when you have enough to make sure you pull through, without like having to starve the children, or starve yourself, or not pay your rent, or and then you start running away from people looking for you because they are sending bailifters to your door. Okay, so you have to make sure that like you have enough starting capital, and you have given yourself enough buffer to like for the dry times, or starting times. Like we said, business do not just start and then shoot. Tomorrow millions are in your pockets. It takes a while. Yeah, so are you prepared for that? So make sure you have enough capital to cater for that. Okay. And then on finances as well, so be worried when you are starting a business to say, like, these days there are some government bank government loans, right, that are being given to support new big business beginners, especially in the UK, and I think in German as well. There is that, to say, can you qualify for that if you have to take a loan? All right. And then if you are taking your loan, what capacity do you have to pay to be able to pay for it? Okay, because like that plays a big role in what you're doing, right? And then, like, if things really really don't, there is no other way, then yeah, consider the banks. But like I said, better is working without the banks. Then whatever you have put in, if you lose it, you just go like happens, you know too bad, but it's your money that you have lost. But if you go, it's the money for the banks, then you are in double problem. Okay, you feel like you were not born. You don't want to be born again. That's when you start hiding and running away and all that. That's not good for anybody's mental health. All right, you want to start a business and make sure you go forward, and if eventualities that things don't work out well, it's you who have just lost. Okay, because like, the banks will not just write you off just like that without a fight. They will want their money back. Same applies to the money. How do you call those? The money loaners that will give you under the hand, or over the table, under the table. They will want their money. That's when they start taking things and harassing people and all that. And you don't want to do that. If you can avoid that, by all means avoid that. Okay. Now, to say, yeah, you have looked at all how this business is working. You have looked at what you are doing, what kind of business you are going to, and then they have to conclude and tell the reader, whoever will look at your proposal, say, like you're kind of summarizing, concluding, to say why is it good. Once again, in short, why is it good for this person who's really good to support you? Why is it why is it a good idea to follow you? If you're even telling, remember, you are the business plan or this checklist is first for yourself, to say you are planning where are you going, okay? But then it also works to help you convince other people, because you have it written down, say this is what I want to do. That means you've put thoughts in it, you've sat down, you've worked, you've researched. So you show off, like sell it out, like really sell it out, highlight the best of it, the best points of your business line, to say this is me, this is my idea, this is what I'm standing for, please buy into it. Okay, so that was our topic for today, and I hope you are blessed. I hope you did get something out of this. Yeah, and I'll be grateful for any feedback, any support. Please subscribe. Please do click on the notification button. If you have any questions, please do send them. Then we can discuss them on the next one, or like when we'll make a new video to answer those questions, or we can do the typing thing and type and answer questions that we have. If you have any comments as well, please by all means leave them. Then that's how we also grow. That's also let me say we, but that's how I also grow. Yeah, and like I said, remember, I always say I talk to you as a person. I talk to you. Maybe you're starting an organization. My line is always to say, it's you are following your dream. It's you are changing that position that you are sitting on that is not comfortable anymore for you. That's why you are changing that position. That's why you are going your way. Okay, to say I want this position changed, I'm not comfortable, I'm not happy where I am, and now this was the business route for those who are thinking into going into business route. This is not like the A to, it's like it's A to Z, like like I would say the bulletproof. Now this is help to say, like, think about this. This is just hints to say, maybe look into this, try and put this into your way of thinking, into your business line, and hopefully it will help you. Please do send, like, how do you call that, do send me your feedbacks, so that I know how you've been doing, and send me your testimonies and let me know if things worked for you. All right, this is your life coach Vimbai Chiwuswa. It has been a pleasure once again. Yeah, and we'll be continuing in, I'll leave the same video again in other languages. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay blessed. Cheers.